Afternoon, evening to you, Instagram. It is MindSHIFT Monday, and I am excited to be here with you and to help you shift your mind so you can shift your life. I am excited to add, here she is, wait, no, wrong button. Come on in, Celeste Curry transforms. Should be able to add now. Can you see? There we go. Is it there yet? All right. As we're getting the kinks worked out, there we go.
Here I am. I am here.
There she
Hello,
is.
Growth Coach D.
Hey,
How you
hey,
doing?
hey. Celeste Curry transforms. We are blessed
Yes.
and excited to see you. Looks like you're traveling there. Hopefully, you're not driving.
I am not driving. I
All
am
right.
not
All
driving. But I'm good like that though,
right.
because I let the angels take the wheel.
Okay. All right. We're glad that she has the angels.
Yes.
And I do believe that she is definitely in the passenger seat, so nobody needs to call the authorities.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So yes, yes, we're excited. We have another Mind Shift Monday, and
Yes.
I'm so excited because every time we come on, there are these natural conversations that help
Yeah.
others who might be stuck shift and improve their thoughts so they can improve their lives.
And it
And
really does take shift. So many people think that it takes some uh, major moves to make a shift. And I love how you said it literally is a matter of a quick shift. It's really giving yourself permission to take that shift, and then all doors just kind of start opening up. So I'm so grateful to be here with you always on Mondays,
that's
so we
it. That's
can,
it.
yeah, we can
Marvelous
double
Monday.
double team those minds.
That's it. Double team, like they used
Yeah.
to do with the WWF. Tag team and come in with the.
Yeah.
It's like,
Ooh,
let's
yes.
go.
It looks like you might know something.
A little something, just a little something, something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Awesome.
yes. Great afternoon. So,
Welcome, Cynthia Chambers and
yes,
David, the digital creator.
always a blessing to see my brother. I was doing my homework, updating links so that I can make sure to mention everything here.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we're here now. We're here.
Yes.
So Celeste, we were having a conversation, and today we're going to take a little journey that kind of
Yeah.
stems from a phrase that I hear often that has come to be a little triggering for me. And not that
Okay.
there's anything wrong with the phrase, it's more so about the what the phrase reveals about our society and where our priorities are. And it's the
Yes.
phrase, wait for it, girl, you look good.
Mm.
Now,
Whoa.
now, Celeste, I don't have any problem with people looking good,
Right.
especially some of our sisters. I mean, like I can't even. God knew what He was doing when He made y'all. The crowning act of creation. Amen. Hallelujah.
Praise
Thank you,
God.
Jesus.
Hallelujah. Yes.
But the phrase is triggering to me. It's triggering when I
Wow.
hear a preoccupation with, especially some of our female. Girl, you look good, and maybe it's just me, Celeste.
Okay.
Maybe it's just me. But like when you hear that phrase, I'm sure you don't feel the same way that I do because I do have a certain framework
Yeah.
that frame of mind. But like you hear that phrase, and I mean, are you good with the phrase? Like
It's
I'm not trying to say.
interesting. There's another statement that you're going to make in a minute
Hmm.
that when we attach it to that, I have a different view. But
Okay.
just that statement, I'm getting ready to shock you for a little bit with my
Okay.
response.
All right.
Oftentimes, when women hear, girl, you look good, I'm going to be honest, it is very difficult to take that as a compliment. We want
Wow.
to. We want to. But I remember Erica Campbell saying that someone complimented her, as highly esteemed as she is,
Hmm.
and it was so hard for her. And I thought about, this was years ago, and I thought about how many times people might say, you look good, or Celeste, that looks good on you, or whatever. You
Mhm.
want to receive it, but there's some part of you that can't fully absorb it.
Mhm.
Really,
Wow.
that's a big thing for women. Now, women generally respond with, oh, this old thing, or,
Mhm.
oh,
That's
girl,
true.
thank you. There's a dismissal, a spirit of dismissal in there. Like, I'm going to call it a
Mhm.
whole spirit that we can't just accept that God did something great when he created us. So
Mhm.
I have a little different take on it, just the statement alone.
That's good. That's
But
good.
along with what you're getting ready to talk about, which is one of our main topics, that you're getting ready to read, it switches.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there's a friend of mine who has on her Instagram profile a phrase that really causes me to look at that phrase, girl, you look good, kind of differently in light of my experience working with people, having daughters, sisters, and women who are inundated with the message that they are not enough, that they don't have what it takes, that, they're not thin enough, they're not, shapely enough, they're not this enough. And
Yeah.
it bothers me when I see trillions of dollars being made on the idea that people who are made in the image of God are inadequate,
Ooh,
and
that's
that
good. That's
don't
good.
have that they don't have what they need to in order to matter, in order to belong, in order
Yes.
to be seen as beautiful. But the real issue that I have is kind of connected to this statement, and the statement is simply this. I saw it on a good friend of mine's Instagram page. It said, "If only our eyes saw souls instead of bodies, how different would our view of beauty be?"
Let me put that in the comments for everyone that comes in. Say that again.
Hmm?
If
Yeah.
only
If
our
only our eyes
eyes
saw
saw
souls,
souls.
SOULS,
Oh, I got it.
instead of bodies, how
Instead
very
of
different
bodies.
would our idea and conception of beauty be? And
Mm,
you have a lot of people who can go and spend a fortune on their physical appearance. And the
yeah.
reason why the phrase is so triggering for me is because I know that in my work with women, oftentimes they they put forth a lot of effort, energy, and resources into that physical appearance, and most times
Yeah.
it's a cover. It's a cover
Yeah.
for this feeling of just inadequacy.
It is,
And,
and it's really sad
mm-hmm,
that society supports it, because let me tell you, a 450-pound man in a t-shirt, a dirty t-shirt at that, and some
mm-hmm,
jeans can pull the finest woman. You're like, man, what's yours here? And when he points to her, you're like, right?
mm-hmm, definitely.
But women, on the other hand, like you said, either don't have enough, have too much. It's just like there's never anything that really is completely satisfying. So
Mm.
that statement that you just made, we take that thing. What if we looked at souls instead of bodies? I'm not
Mm.
saying you have to compromise and just get something you're not attracted to, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
that if there was some attention toward it, first of all, I think the divorce rate would decrease.
Come on.
Okay. And then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then the other thing is how we see ourselves, how we even respond to that first thing you said, girl, you look good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That response could be a genuine thank you given
Mm-hmm.
by an authentic person, just really recognizing the beauty of the creation that God gave, that
That's
God
good.
made.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And so I just want to clarify that I really don't have a problem with people looking good and people saying other people look good,
Of course.
but the emphasis was looking good. And that's where I have the issue. Because we have a whole society now that is preoccupied with putting on this face and this image of looking good while we're struggling with depression, while we're struggling with
Yes.
anxiety, while we're
Yes.
struggling with inadequacy, while we're struggling with all of this mess, but you look good. And I'm like, but are you good? It's going back
But
to
wait. Say that again. But
you.
are you good?
That's it. And that's my concern. That is why the phrase is triggering for me, even though I might be a little over the top. I admit that.
Yeah.
But I know just how many people aren't good. They
Yeah.
aren't good.
They
So who
are
cares if
good.
they look good if on the inside they aren't good? If they're rot, if their bones are rotting from the inside out, they've got all kinds of turmoil, bitterness, and envy, and trauma, and pain. And I'm like, we got to get healed. We got to get
Yeah. Yeah.
whole. Because what's the point of looking good if on the
Yeah.
inside you're not actually good? If you don't
Now
have any,
that's deep. That is deep, 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 deep. Because a lot of people are not really in support of what you're saying. I mean, I'm all down. It would clear up a lot of issues. It would if
Mhm,
so. Just imagine it starts so very young. It starts
mhm,
so very young when the girl looks in the mirror and she thinks that she is cute, and then a sibling or a father walks by and says, girl, you can't wear that. You can't do that like such and such. You got too much back there.
mhm,
Or you got too much.
mhm,
So now she takes that and it forever changes what the mirror represents to her. So then it forever changes who she thinks will be attracted to her,
mhm.
who she'll even put herself in line for.
Yeah.
She'll think she's not good enough for the guy that does. She thinks that she has to attract someone that doesn't feel great about himself so that she can be accepted.
Mm. And one of
It's
the things
like,
that if I can tag on to what you're saying there, because it really is, now that I think about it, at the root and the core of why it's so triggering for me. Because then a lot of our queens, because that's what they are,
yeah,
they will go and allow themselves to become a commodity, their physical appearance to become a commodity for somebody else's enjoyment, for somebody else's pleasure, for somebody else to get. And it's just like, so they'll compromise their integrity and
yeah,
um, and advertise the external and allow people to use them for that external pleasure. All the while, what they really long for is a connection of soul. What they're really longing for is, somebody who will see, experience, and value them as a person,
yeah.
not as a body shape, as a size this or that. And it really gets into, for me personally, it really gets into the objectification of women.
It it
Uh,
it, it does. It does. Which means that how do you think that affects the relationships? So women get into a relationship. We come in, and if we get a man that objectifies women, how does that play out? How do we ever, if we are ever truly, if we'll ever be able to satisfy them? Talk to me. Tell me.
mm. So there's so many different rabbit holes, so many different rabbit holes that we can go down.
Yeah.
Because as a man, I will say that we are programmed to just sensationalize, those externals. And
Yeah.
so we want the trophy wife and the girlfriend who everybody, and so it's all about the appearances. It's all about what the way things look, and the way that how much more successful having you by my side can make me look, and not about a
Mm.
real connection that
Yeah.
that people have, a soul connection that people have with each other. And so as men, we have a society that is literally programming a generation of men to be preoccupied with, caressing and objectifying the external form of a woman,
Yeah.
while knowing nothing of how to connect with the inner soul of a woman.
That connect, that word right there is so deep. We probably need to do a whole live on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you remember Intro to Psychology, that Eric Erickson. Everybody on here, if you ever took it, you might remember that
Mm-hmm.
that first stage, trust versus mistrust, with your parents, set you up to be able to connect or not be able to connect. And
Yeah.
so when girls can connect with their father, it opens the door for a trusting relationship with someone else.
Mm.
Yeah, and when that guy, when is not able, if he's not emotionally connected to his mother, and the deep thing is that the woman gives the boy his voice. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's going to determine if he's able to connect and attach and stay attached
Mm. Mm.
past the superficial stage of attraction to be able to connect and build a long lasting, satisfying relationship with
Because
her.
that word, last part you said, a satisfied relationship. Is that about connecting here, disconnecting, connecting here, disconnecting? Because society is teaching us that that's what a man does.
Yeah.
He's gonna connect himself here, disconnect. He's gonna go over there, disconnect. And really, we're all longing for the same thing. We
We
search for
are.
it in ways. But so for a lot of the men, we're hungry and we're thirsty for affection and for adoration and for
Yeah.
that reverent respect. And we will go and seek it in surface ways, and then wonder why we still have appetite after we ate.
Ooh, ooh.
Why we're still.
Say it. Say that again, please. Say that again.
I'll try to say it again. We will wonder why we still have an appetite after we ate, because we're searching for something that on a surface level can never be met at that level. We need to go deep. We're longing for a soul connection. That's why we're out here. We're seeking in a physical sense to accomplish a spiritual,
Mm,
social, emotional reality. And
book.
we're we're literally walking around with a bucket that has holes in it. And
Let's
so it
see.
doesn't matter how much you pour into that bucket, it's going to leak right out, because by design, we're meant for connection, not for
Yes.
quick, you know.
Yeah, it's a real connection
Yes.
that I'm telling you, and that connection, when it comes, if you don't already show up with your own cup filled up, you will miss it.
Mm-hmm.
That person can be in the room. God can set them up to be right there for you. You will walk away without them and go walk and try to find somebody else that has a bucket with holes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And when I tell you there ain't nothing like a great connection, there's nothing like it, because it mirrors how God is to us and for us.
Come on.
He's not showing up wanting and needing anything.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need
Yeah.
us to adore him. He It's great when we worship him and adore him, but he doesn't lose sleep or not. He doesn't crumble, and neither does his identity change if
Mm-hmm.
we don't show up to adore him. But our whole identity can change when we show up hungry and not fulfilled on our own,
Mm-hmm.
spiritually and emotionally. So
But girl, look good.
but girl, you look good, right? And it's like that's not gonna do it, because what happens when she has two children
Come.
and she gains a few pounds,
Say,
or that stomach is not it's not quite as tight as it used to be. Come on now. And so, and the thing is though, society doesn't help with that. And I know we can't be on here forever. People are going to have to watch the replay. This one is good. Like, I got some ideas. We need to have a whole meeting. Like,
say.
for real. We need to schedule that meeting for this week. This right here can really free some people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we could free an entire world
Mm.
if we just really delve deep into what we were talking about a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please say that quote again from your friend's page, which is the premise of this live for the
Yeah,
people that just joined?
definitely. And it's in the comments there. If you
Yep.
like the comment, that'll be great, because it'll boost it up so other people can see it. If only our eyes saw souls instead of bodies, how very different would our idea and conception of beauty be? And it almost lines lines right up to like the Proverbs 31 woman. My favorite line in that poetic expression of this ideal woman is charm is deceptive.
Mm, mm.
Beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord, women with that inner beauty,
That
like
inner.
get that right there. Don't just look good, be good.
And be
The
of value.
fruit.
Yep, that good.
Eh,
She was valuable. She went around town, and her husband and children praised her, and other people were looking like, Do you know what she does? She was an entrepreneur. She was self-confident. She knew who she was, because I remember a man told me years ago. He said the most attractive thing a woman can wear is confidence, and I always remembered that. And I
Wait,
was like, ooh,
wait. Let me add to that.
come on.
I would say confidence, the confidence rooted in faith and
Yeah,
found on Christ the solid rock. That kind
yeah,
of confidence, that's
yeah.
lingerie right there. I'm just trying to say like that
Yes.
not fleeting.
Nah,
It doesn't fade. It
yeah.
actually like fine wine. I don't even drink wine, but like it just gets better and better and better. And the connection grows deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is the essence of why God has designed us uniquely. He created us in his image. In the image of God, he created us, male and female. He created them. And he said, for this reason, a man will be united, leave his father and mother, and be united, joined to his wife. The two will be one flesh.
So can I ask you something
Yes.
that we can't touch on today, but I just need the people in the audience right now to get ready for it later. Leaving your father and mother is not physical. You might leave physically and move in with her, but if you haven't gotten through the issues, the mommy daddy stuff, and you can't really connect and attach, then you've left nowhere, and you've cleaved, clove, cleft nothing.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
So we need
say that again. Say that.
So you might leave physically, but if you have not dealt with your mommy and daddy stuff, you've left nothing and nowhere. And you have brought every generational bondage, curse, whatever you want to call it, on into the relationship, so that you not, that's not going to work. So we need to make sure that we do a whole live on that one, because there are a lot of people walking around thinking that they're married, but they're really not. They haven't left. They left the covenant behind to be with somebody, but the covenant hasn't really been solidified if you haven't left and cleaved.
That's good.
But that's a whole nother issue, because we got a lot of 30, 40, 50-year-olds that are really 8 or 9. I was in a session today, and the man was crying profusely in the session. And do you know what I did to start that healing process? I literally had to move him out the way to speak to his 8-year-old self, literally in the session. Every relationship has been affected and negatively affected because he can't leave and cleave at all, because his that inner self, I won't say inner child, because they'll think we're going straight psychology, so we're just going to say that young person inside of you that had not healed, that you want to pretend that has healed. But that person can't leave and get with anybody at all. Because you're still completely connected and attached at the hip. You're still on milk. You're still on breast milk, because it's not safe. It's not even safe for you out here in these real streets. But we need to talk about that, David. But we can't do it tonight. You see, I'm trying not to. I'm like, so we can't. But for tonight.
Yeah, I want you to know Celeste can't help it. She can't turn it off. She just like naturally. It's all about
I love it. I love it.
Soul transformation. And what MindSHIFT Monday is all about is to let you know that mind, no matter where you are, where you might have been stuck, you can shift. If you get in the car, can you shift the gears in your car? Mm-hmm. Who shifts those gears? You do. Why? Because God made you powerful. You're made in the image of God. You have the power to shift your life through this right here. It's lodged in between your two ears. And when you learn how to begin to think the right kinds of thoughts, when you learn how to heal from the pain of the past, it's then you can walk in the blessing of seeing restoration, of seeing wholeness become your reality, of seeing the peace that passes all understanding come now and guard your heart and your mind. It doesn't happen by osmosis and just fall out of the sky. We've got to do the work. And that work happens in these conversations. It doesn't happen when stuff is stuck in your head. We got to talk about the trauma. We got to talk about the abuse. We got to talk about, the dysfunction. We got to talk about it. And once we get it out of us, we're making room. You got to get the bad out, make room for the good. Go ahead, Celeste. What you got?
Can I say something before we end? For somebody on here that really is, I used to be the not me girl. That's not me. I just want to encourage you that every part of your success in relationships and finances and business, whatever it is, whatever you do, it's waiting on you on the other side for you to really get out of your way by understanding. I'm not even asking you to believe everything we're saying. I'm just asking you to say, what if that is me?
Yeah.
What if I do have a problem with me? What if I do have some mommy stuff? What if I got some daddy stuff? What if I really completely haven't healed from the last relationships that I've been in? Like, don't do the that ain't me. Just what if? That's all. I'm just asking for somebody, because I was in a cyclical, I was gonna say it was just a mess.
Testify.
When I tell you for real, and when I remember the first day that I admitted, I was like, that is me. That kind of is me. That kind of is me, right? Then that really is me. No, how about that is me? And then it was deep how many doors started opening for me.
Wow.
It was really deep. So we'll talk about that connection, but I just want to just thank you for the MindSHIFT Mondays. I enjoy them thoroughly. You and I are on here, dropping nuggets and serving people, but I get blessed too,
Amen.
because I was actually speaking yesterday, and one of the things I was talking about was how when the brain begins to expand, it never goes back to its earlier state. So when you come on MindSHIFT Mondays with me and Growth Coach D, understand, be here and be here until it ends. Share this video, comment below. Let's take all our people, as many as we can that are ready, into this place where our minds shift and we begin to effortlessly attract what God has for us and who he has for us. So I thank you, Growth Coach D, for coming on and having that heart and willingness to serve.
Hey, it's a blessing. I couldn't do it, but we are blessed to have the wealth of knowledge, wisdom, and experiences that you share. And I really want to, my heart is that people who are listening to this don't just look good, aren't just focused on whether or not they have the external, but internally they actually are growing to a place where they are good.
That you are good.
That's it. That's God's will for us. That your soul would prosper.
That your soul
would
prosper.
You get a bunch of likes and that your soul would prosper.
That's right.
And so that's our prayer for you. We invite you to let us know your questions in the comments below. And feel free to share this message with somebody who you want to grow in this area. So let's start.
I just say, I love change. And my prayer is that we have pushed you guys a little bit to change, because some of the things that we talked about, they are pretty common in society, but we're not asking you to be common. We're asking you to grow into your extraordinary here. And that takes a mindset shift. And so we're just asking, just be open to it. And we're here to serve you every Monday evening. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday.
That's right. Remember, you guys don't have to do it alone. Let's grow. together. Be blessed, everyone.
Yes. Good night.